pero acércate que estás lejos. Lista que no vamos para el West Coast. Me imagino lo que piensas cuando estás enfrente del espejo. Tú tienes poder y derecho. I don't know what's to be alone. Just don't love me when I'm gone. Mommy, don't come around when I'm on. Love don't cost nothing. You won't ever change your mind, but I can't force you to be.
Let me sip my beer. Been falling asleep for the past hour.
Before the hype, cheers.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Oíste. Thorns album out. Oíste.
Take one, baby.
This motherfucker.
Thank you for that.
Nice.
Well, welcome back to Before the Hype. I'm your host with the most, Diggy Diggs. I'm joined today by my main man, Esco.
Mi gente.
We got Monty on the pod, too. Shout out to Greybeard Studios, reporting live from there. We ain't in Studio Loop today. We in Greybeard Studios. Very lovely place, man. I love it here, man.
Thank you.
It's very nice. I've been coming here for a long time, so to see it come this far is pretty dope, man.
Money.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot of money invested.
Yeah. No, this year's been quite a ride building this place. So
I hear it, bro.
Really
It looks
cool.
good. It's paying off. You can definitely see it.
thank you.
No problem. Esco, you excited for the project?
Of course.
Nigga, have me here
Long time motherfucking coming.
have me here for 4 hours, falling
5.
asleep in this bitch.
5
That's right.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, though, bro. How long you been working on this project?
years, bro. Years. Actually, I wanted to
Literally.
release it last year.
Yeah.
I ain't even going front, but opening up the shop and everything kind of
Dude,
delayed.
showing me files from 2020. It's like, bro, drop this fucking project already.
Yeah.
3 years, 4 years in the making.
Bro, I have songs with Monty
Yeah.
that aren't released that are like fucking 7 years old.
Well,
Easy.
It's
Yeah,
dope.
easy.
For
It's
sure.
dope to see the process and like appreciate the effort you're putting into it. Because like I said earlier, a lot of people just record a song, don't mix it, and they drop it the next day. So see you
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
putting in a good amount of work.
You
and-
know, yo, minimum, at least every track we spent like probably like 6 hours. Minimum.
Oh, yeah. We revisit it. Like, we'll go through maybe like 5 or 6 sessions over the course of maybe, 3 to 5 months at least. And then in each session, we're touching on each song. There'll be little tweaks here and there.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm just a perfectionist. I don't know.
Oh,
but
maybe I'm perfect.
I don't know, man.
The
you
way I
know?
see it, honestly,
I don't
want to
give
about
no
music, right?
bad body of workout.
When you put out music, okay, it will outlive us all.
It's true.
It will outlive us all. People 200 years from now will be listening
We'll
to
hear
this.
Esco.
Yes.
Fucking
It's true.
Thorns.
No, we'll be all dead and buried,
for sure.
and your music will still be on the internet doing its thing. And so I figure, might as well get it right.
100%. 100%. That's just, I love to, like, literally, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do shit right. There's no way I'm going to ever fucking, like, hold back or let anything, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you know.
Well, it's your
like I said,
brand, you know what I mean?
perfect,
Like,
exactly.
it's important. It's
that's how I
like,
carry myself with my shop and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, and like I said, it shows in the end, man. It's not like you just, like I said, did this one day and you just dropping the project the next. Like years of actual work and making the song and perfecting it. So I'm excited to let everybody else hear the project, man.
Yeah, man.
How many? What is it? 6 tracks?
Six songs, yes.
Yeah, we just listened to it. I love the whole vibe, man. Everything.
Damn, man. Thank you,
it's
bro. It's
definitely
an
a good
honor, bro,
project.
for real. For you to say that, bro, I appreciate that shit, my nigga.
I
Even though
tried.
he already heard the whole album before this
Yeah, I
fucking...
heard it like a year ago, but it's still not. Just to see where it's come and to finally get it to drop is definitely something dope. What's your favorite song on the album?
Monty, answer that first, though.
What's your favorite song, Monty, out of all the tracks?
ooh,
He's like, I don't even remember.
it's tough. No. It's kind of a whirlwind, I'll be honest.
Nah,
Because
I
we just
believe
came in from, like, mixing it down and doing all
Show
that,
mixes.
It's on Distro Kid
Um,
now.
What was the name of the first track we worked on today? Decide?
Don't Let Me Down.
Oh, Don't Let Me Down.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a tough
Or
choice, man.
Reborn.
Born's pretty good. Maybe it's Decide.
Decide.
Yeah.
Or Tu Valor, Mud Baby, and then Love Is Free.
Yeah. Actually, I will say I like Love Is Free a lot.
Yeah.
That's a really, and Sophia Loren killed that thing, dude.
Sophia
Serious.
killed it. Shout out Sophia.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sophia.
Really, really amazing.
That's the only
vocalist.
feature
Really
I got
did a
on
great
this
job.
album.
So,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dope album. Like I said, the 6 tracks I heard just go crazy. So where did Sophia come from? Because she's from Arizona. She lives there. So
Nah. So I met her in Framingham.
Okay.
I met her in Framingham. We went to school together.
She Brazilian?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, they're
Shout
all
out to
from
my
out here.
Brazies. Yo, I took her to Brazil. I mean, aka Framingham.
Yeah, little Brazil. Is where my girl's from.
Nice.
Yeah, no, so yeah, I met her in high school, and she moved to Waltham, and that's when we got busy and started working. She moved to Waltham probably 6 years after we graduated fucking high school, and we always kept in touch. And then literally we were doing we were going to open mics together, and then one day from another we was always talking about getting on a track together. That song is probably fucking 4 years old, bro. I ain't even gonna front with you, bro.
Yeah, I remember when you first showed me that song. I wanted to do a verse on it. I was like,
That's how you know
yo.
it's good, by the way.
Yo, if Diggy,
Tell you
yo,
that's good.
Diggy, you should have had that verse on there,
I
bro. What
could've,
happened?
bro, but shout out to Sophia, man.
If you play a track in a room full of people who make music, and somebody doesn't say, "Oh, I want a verse on it," or something like that,
then you're-
that's when
Yo,
you know
I
that's real.
honestly
That's the
don't
truth.
ever
not
remember
hitting.
you saying
true.
ever that you wanted a verse.
I told
on
you
it.
I
I don't think
wanted-
you ever told me that.
I remember that hook, that love don't cause a thing type hook.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's alright.
That's crazy.
Life, look at life.
Yo,
Look at
hey,
God.
listen. Hey, yo, listen. We gotta get on something other than the unreleased song that you're probably gonna wait another fucking 3 years.
It'll probably never come out. 3 years. Try forever.
Yo, damn. I don't know. Let's Ride is something huge.
Let's Ride is
I don't
a
know.
good
I think the
song.
streets need to hear
It
that.
is a
though.
good song. It is a good song.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
So February 14th, you got a Valentine lined up or what, dude?
Hell no, I ain't got no Valentine.
Oh shit, just a project?
I definitely don't got no Valentine. Yeah, just a project. That's all.
There
That's
you go,
all I'm
ladies.
looking on.
Let's go single, all right? Make sure you hit him up.
Yeah. She's probably gonna get upset.
So how many projects do you have out? Is this
This is my second tape. I don't want to. I hate calling fucking albums.
That's why I
I
said
just say
projects, man.
tape.
EPs,
yeah,
whatever the fuck you want
project,
to call it.
whatever. I don't even want to call this an EP.
It's definitely not a mixtape though. This
Yeah,
is
this
it's
is-
definitely album quality. Make no
Alright,
mistake.
alright,
it
so
is
it's
good.
safe to say
Don't
we call
sell
this
it.
an
Oh,
album.
hell yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like
Hell
you have so
yeah.
much more pressure when you call it an album. Like, I'm just trying to have fun with this
The thing
shit.
is-
Yeah, the only
There's-
pressure is the pressure you put on
The
yourself.
thing is, there is no expectations, man. There's no pressure. Like,
Yeah.
you're just showing and proving, what you could do, bro. Nobody's really saying, yo, Esco better have fucking album of the year. So, if there is no expectations, bro, nobody can be disappointed.
Exactly.
It's going to be
Exactly.
all...
you just got to be promoting that, man. You got to
Yeah,
be pushing it every day,
on
man. You got to
dollars
push
every
it.
day.
For sure.
I'm gonna.
You know, that's the thing that kills me. So I have about 853 professional credits at the moment, right? And when you look at my professional credits, I can look at them daily and see who's playing the songs. So of 853 songs, if I look at it on any given day, you know how many songs are being played? 300.
Oh, God.
So there's literally 500 songs sitting there that are just not being played. And
You know what's crazy?
And you know what's wild? Most people release music. They'll push it for a week or two. And
that's
then
it.
it's on to the next thing. And you're you have all this great music. Even you have amazing music.
yeah.
You should be pushing it.
Yeah. That's why artists, yo,
there's so many people out there that haven't heard all the great music you have.
Exactly.
And it's that's the thing. I always
Yeah.
say, it's crazy.
So
But-
I was actually talking to my marketing buddy. Most likely, I'm gonna work with him once the album drops, and we're gonna be scheming. He's the one that actually told me about the whole marketing scheme, having a 12-month plan and everything.
Nice.
And but yeah, no, he was literally telling me at least minimum 3 posts a day, promoting the album.
Right.
3 different scenarios, whatever. He's just, really trying to help me and really giving me constructive criticism and try to push my, out there to the world. So, we're, every day, they can't slack for the next fucking 6 months until I release my next song or whatever. Even after that, just keep pushing it.
Yeah. Because as much as you spend making a song, you got to spend 2-3 times that promoting it and marketing it.
Making a song is only 10% of the whole.
Well, yeah, and a lot of
process.
people look at it like it's a 50-50 thing, and it's not even
No.
that. It's mostly marketing. Music,
Yeah.
if you want to make it in this game, it's about marketing.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah.
And there's a lot of little tricks that I see a lot of the larger artists that I work with doing, a lot of the record label stuff that I work on. You see they have a very strategic plan about how they do it. A lot of the music is done like 6 months, a year even before it comes out. There's music I mixed earlier this year for artists that have greater than 1 million monthly listeners, greater than 1 million, and there's like probably 5 or 6 songs that haven't come out yet. And they're still sitting on them, but like they're gonna release it as an album probably this year at some point. But it's one of those things where like they wait like that. They're very, they're very strategic about it. You know?
Ed Sheeran and J Balvin. I remember that J Balvin like posted a pic with Ed Sheeran, and their fucking song didn't. They made like 2 songs together, and it didn't post until like a year after.
Oh yeah, it's very much like that.
Until a year after that pic that they posted again.
You know, I think like a lot of times like having a plan and a strategy about how you go about releasing your music, how are you gonna get paid from your art? You know, it's something to really be thought about.
Yeah, and I feel like it's all about the art, the fans you don't have yet. You know,
exactly.
It's not about the people that listen to you now. It's about all the people that don't.
You still need to reach out to.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And how you gonna capture that? So when Ed Sheeran and J Balvin made a song together, Ed Sheeran was singing Spanish.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah, so Ed Sheeran's getting
Latin out. My little homie that could sing, like I'm like, bro, you should just be on like Ed Sheeran hops on tracks that he doesn't even belong on.
Yo, bro, imagine him like in the booth, like how many times he had to go through.
You guys want to hear something wild? You guys want to hear something wild? I actually have 2 songs that I mixed and mastered last year that were co-written by Ed Sheeran.
Sheesh.
So, and I work with a guy who is good friends with him and writes music with him. So yeah.
Good songs?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, some really, really great work. Yeah, so really cool.
That's true. Shout out to Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, so man, if there was one like big artist you could work with right now, who would it be?
All right, let me answer that. My favorite song from the album first, and then I'm gonna answer that. All right,
beating around the bush.
I think. Damn. All right. I think it might have to be like. Reborn. Reborn's my favorite.
I like that one too.
Because I feel like I got like obviously the first 2 tracks I got a lot off my chest, and Reborn is obviously one of them that I did not hold back at all. I was talking everything I needed to say. Yeah, obviously, honestly, it's like the first 2. The first 2 are like my favorite. But those 2 are like I can't even.
Yeah, the intro you're talking your shit on there for sure.
For sure.
But if you did have a big feature on the album, who would you want to see? Like what big artist would you want to work with?
It doesn't matter, Latin or.
Nah, nigga.
Fuck. Mora. That's something.
I can see that.
I definitely want to work with Mora one day when we get our foot in the door in this music. That's like the first artist I ever want to work with.
Okay. What about you, Monty? What's one big artist that you haven't worked with yet that you would?
That's a good question. It's like there's a lot of really amazing artists out there. I feel like for me, wow.
Any genre, anything you want, man.
Singer.
I love like Coldplay and that style of music. Okay. Like I really like the pop, like I love the look with Billie Eilish.
Fire.
Okay.
Some of her some of her production is really really amazing.
And her voice
really
is
good.
crazy.
Yeah. And I really look up to a lot of the people mixing
their
stuff.
music.
Yeah, really good. So I think it's really important when you're developing as an artist, an engineer, whatever you decide you want to do in this game.
Your sound.
Well, you have to develop an ear. You have to say like ask yourselves like, what's the best sounding piece of music you've ever heard? Do you know what the best sounding like I have a very clear idea. Like I actually know the mix right now. I would say best sounding mix I've ever heard right now. I know what it is.
No, say it.
It's actually the track from the Barbie movie, the Billie Eilish track. No, swear to God, that mix is insane. That vocal's crazy. Like it's one of those things you listen to it and you're like, the space in it and the way they did the delays
really
and stuff on that vocal, like
the actual mixing of it.
Really, really good. And
Shout out
then
to
there's
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, really good. I really like the Chainsmokers too. I like that style a lot. I think those guys are super talented, very really, really cool. Like just
those are OGs, no?
Yeah, and I like for me, it's a lot more about melodies and the vibe of the track than it is about lyrical content. Like some people are very lyrics driven.
Yeah.
For
I
me,
feel
like I'm always get the feeling of music. Like when I listen
It's the
to
way it
something,
is
it's kind of
nowadays,
like
man.
the melody and the feel, you know, and it doesn't match my mood.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I think it helps me mix music because that's what it's about. Like when it comes down to it, it's like I'm trying to make the feeling of the lyrics and the way someone says something and the way the beat hits you. I'm trying to get that whole vibe to feel good. Because anybody can make something sound good, is whether or not it feels good or not is the real question.
Very
So,
good point.
Just like movies
Yeah.
and like horror movies and how they like get you ready for like the bad parts and shit.
Yeah.
The soundtrack itself.
yeah, you know, and
Sure.
just like with this record, like with yours, like, you know, the tracks that like when the 808 hits and you get that feel, you get that bounce to it, it feels like you have this, like I wanted to make sure it hits hard and it has this nice warm bottom end, you know, that it needs in the mix to feel, and your vocal feels really intimate, present, but yet still feels like excited,
Yeah.
you know, like it has this excitement and this vibe. So when people listen to it, they have to nod their head. They have no
And
choice.
it's dope that you two have that relationship where it's like you come up with the music and you care about it enough to where you're actually like, the way you just described it, it is like, you know what I mean, more than enough to like actually understand about how you feel about the music.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what
You
separates.
could not give a fuck and just
Yeah.
be like, give me your
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no,
So-
no. Every piece of music I work on is important to me. Like I'm always trying to figure out a way. How do I make my own head nod to this? So a lot of times I'll be mixing and there'll be nobody here. I'll be mixing a record, and I'll stand up and walking around the room and just try to forget that I'm mixing it for a moment and try to listen as a listener listens to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I say to myself, like, am I bobbing to this? Do I feel it? Like, I'll walk out of the room for a minute or two, come back in, or I'll listen to it from the other room sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll just do that just to be like, does this hit me the right way? What is it missing? And then I can answer those questions usually pretty fast at that point, come back in and add what it's missing. Does it need to hit harder? Does it need to be louder? Does it push the speakers the right way to make someone really like fall in love with it? And that's what great mixing and mastering can do for your music. And I think a lot of people underestimate it. You know, because you can go out there and get streams, but the real question is, do your streams turn into followers? And the fact is,
Does
if
it
your music
resonate?
sounds better, right? There's a
It only helps
way,
it.
yeah, it's only going to help that conversion rate, you know. And I think all artists need to be paying attention to their
Versus-
stream to follower ratio.
Yeah. Versus saying this is a good song, but it could sound better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I had a friend one time when I at the first barbershop I ever worked at. I showed him the song, and I forget what song it was, but obviously it was mastered by you. But he was like, he's not even an engineer or anything. I think he might have worked for Sony or something. I forget. But he was just like, yo, this sounds really good. He was actually very surprised that, like, because obviously he never knew that I even made music.
Right.
And then I showed him my track, and he's like, yo, this is very well mixed. Like, my only advice is maybe turn down the snares a little bit down a little bit. Because I remember, that specific song, I don't even remember exactly which song it was, but it did knock a little bit too loud because most of the time when I listen to my music, it's like damn near all the way the fuck up. But that fucking snare was like fucking kicking a little bit too
Yeah.
much. I'm like, wait. So
Yeah,
it
and
was
it's
good
tricky
advice.
too. You know, it's a lot of times it's tricky when we do a lot of work with just 2 tracks. You know, like where you don't have control of the snare.
Yeah,
So you have to really be
100%.
like,
Yeah.
you know. But the nice thing about this album is almost all the tracks on his new album were done with the track outs. So
the track outs,
sonically, it's impressive. It moves the speakers because of that. It
Yeah.
really does. It makes a huge difference. And when an artist matriculates from the place of just buying stereo instrumentals and laying vocals over it, if that's all you're doing as an artist, there's an entire world of music you haven't experienced yet. You're literally like, you haven't actually graduated to the next level.
get your track.
And
outs.
believe me, there's levels to this. And
There is.
a lot of people ask, like, you know, it's like, look at the people who are really making big money doing this. What are they doing?
Yeah,
Are they working with
exactly.
track outs? Are they
Not
working on
imitate
hours?
it, so to say, but
Yeah.
like, try to master just your craft. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite song on the album?
Ojos Verdes.
That didn't make the album.
Oh, damn. Damn. It's a bad hit.
The intro is really good. I like the intro. I think it's a good start to the project. I think you're talking your shit and it's very deep and there's a lot of stuff you touch upon. But what's the name of the song we were joking about earlier? What did we keep saying, Cheese? yeah.
Hey, yo, shout out my nigga Cheese in the bitch.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Which track is that?
Decídete.
Yeah.
Decide.
Yeah, I like that one. Besides,
So
definitely.
Decide.
It's catchy. It's got a good
You got
vibe
Tu
to it.
Valor, Mud Baby, Love Me, Love Is Free.
They're all good songs, bro. Don't get me wrong. They're all
Beat
fire.
selection's fantastic.
Oh, this
You're
is
really, really good with that.
All right.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
my favorite. It's catchy.
That's the third track on the album.
I can
so.
hear it anywhere. I feel like when I hear that song, I'm on like a trip somewhere. I'm on.
He was
an
like,
island.
I'm in Colombia
Yeah, dead ass.
on a yacht.
Yeah, so I like that song, and I'd love to be in Colombia on a boat.
On a yacht. Yo, I got
sure.
seasick in fucking Colombia, bro. I swear to
Did
God.
you?
Yeah, I
You
did.
were on a boat?
We were on a yacht.
Jesus.
But I was hungover and sleep deprived.
So you weren't seasick. You were hungover and sleep.
I was all
It's
free.
a different type of
And
sickness.
then, like, yo, I took this, like, motion sickness pill. That shit did
Dramamine?
not help. That shit did not. Yeah, that shit
Yeah.
did not help. I was fucked up.
Again, you were hungover. You were probably dehydrated.
Yo, we were literally going to the club every day for like a week straight. Dude, yeah, I was fucked up, and like literally that day was my nigga, shout out my nigga Grizz.
Yeah, shout
That
out
was his
Grizz.
birthday. We went on the fucking on the yacht on a Friday on his birthday, and literally I left like fucking Sunday morning. And I was just that
Y'all
whole
went for his bachelor's, right?
bachelor/birthday party.
Good shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Honestly, we need a boys trip. Yo, Monty, you invited.
Oh.
We better
Hey,
take
yo,
Monty
I don't
on
know if they're
vacation.
gonna let Diggy go though, but
I'm stuck. I'm grounded.
she might have to tag along.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Yo, we'll edit this.
This dude went from artist to comedian real quick.
Hey, yo, listen. Somebody's gonna be very upset if I go to Guatemala. I mean, Colombia. Guatemala, Colombia, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get upset.
Shout out to her.
Hey,
Cheese
yo, this
over here
dude
fucking
Cheese
with
is
us.
fucking in the background, just fucking
Cheesing.
fucking Snapchatting filters.
So, how long have you been coming to the studio, Esco?
Shit. I probably
2014?
before I started cutting hair. Nah, years before I started cutting hair. I started cutting hair in 2015.
So wow, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like
11?
maybe like 3 years before then.
11
So
or
I
12.
probably got 11 years coming here.
12.
For sure.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah,
Good
11
for you
years.
guys,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Back then, I only had that room. I didn't have this room yet.
Yeah.
And,
And then
that.
what's his name? Who was the other engineer right next door?
oh wow.
What's his fucking name?
Oh, that dude. I want to forget.
All right,
his
nah,
name.
fuck
He
that
ain't
kid.
even
Don't
worth-
say his
I ain't even
name.
Fuck
worth mentioning.
him.
Sorry,
even know.
sorry,
We
not
didn't go
sorry.
waste time. saying
Honestly,
anything.
I would have shouted him out because he's good. He was alright. He never really showed me. You know, he would always show me love. But some of my people from Framingham went to him. So that's. Anyways, fuck that kid.
Yeah.
Fuck that
There-
kid.
that's a story for another episode.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Shout out to the other kid. We'll just leave it at that.
But
Yeah.
it's dope. It's dope to see the progress between both of you guys. Like as far as you growing in your music and you growing with your studio. As a person who's an engineer and like has his own studio too, it's dope to see the growth in it. You know what I mean? It kind of gives me hope to where it's like, all right,
Bro, I believe, one day, Studio Loop, maybe even, Great Beers, we come together and do some fucking
hell yeah,
marvelous
hell yeah.
music together, bro.
Yeah,
for
man.
real.
for sure.
One day, for sure. I see that. I already see that. But, for real, keep at it. Dig, you
Yeah.
inspire me a lot, too, bro.
I appreciate
I do
you
this
guys.
because I love it. You know, at
Oh,
the
yeah,
end of the
that's what I
day,
tell
like,
people.
I built this place because I love making music. I love
Yes.
teaching people about music. Love talking about music. I love,
man.
Anything
you
with
know,
music.
yeah, it's
I
fun,
got
man.
you.
It's
Yeah, and it's dope to have someone like you because it's like some people don't like sharing their knowledge or like stingy with information. So I believe that like knowledge should never die with somebody.
No.
What's
and I'll
great-
tell you anything. I'll tell you exactly what I use, exactly how I do it. I don't care. Like I believe. So the thing I recognize, and I think this is important for any engineer, anybody doing music. Okay, the reason why someone pays me, the reason why people come to me is for my opinion.
Real.
And you have to develop your own opinion. That's why someone so I can tell you what plugins I use. I can tell you how I did something. I can tell you it takes trips. It will never matter because at the end of the day, the reason why people pay me for what I do is because of my opinion, because of my preference. So you have to develop that, you know, and I think it's like a couple different things. It's like the how you get there, and that's what a lot of people focus on. A lot of people focus on the tools, like what compressor you use and what EQ you use and what reverbs you use, and all that's fine and good, but you have to develop your ability to know what great sounds like. Like, you have to know what great sounds like. You have to have a great monitoring. Monitoring in a studio is easily the most important thing. In this room right now, the most money spent is on the monitoring environment. The acoustic treatment, the monitors, the way this is set up, that was critical for me. Yeah. Because if you can't hear it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And it pays off in the end, you know what I mean? You spend the money and the time to build something, and then you get good product out of it. It's like... Yeah, and this is an investment, money. You know? This is a long-term investment. Like, I'm not going away anytime soon, you know?
Amen.
Just
trying to elevate.
Yo, I remember, right, one time, Monty, I forget what happened, Monty, but like, yo, I couldn't even get into the studio for like 6 months, bro. And I'm like, yo, fuck. I'm like, yo, Monty, what the fuck?
There's been a few moments.
I was so pissed because I'm like, damn, I'm depending on Monty so
for
much.
a long time, right, I was working another job. I do this full time now, so I don't have another job. I'm blessed that this is not a hobby. I mean, most people like that do music, right? If you're an artist, if you're spending more money on music than you're making, it's a hobby, right? I'm one of the fortunate few that have made it a career, and I've just, you know, and this year I went into some debt, of course, to try to build this place because I believe in myself. I believe in the investment, you know, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, business-wise, what makes the most sense. Like, because there's so many ways to use a space like this in our environment, and it's like trying to figure out how do we maximize revenue.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to think about
100%,
it
just like me and my shop.
Yeah, so you're constantly trying to grow and learn. I think the most important thing, though, is that I know, even with all the success I've had, I recognize that there's always still more to learn.
Yeah,
I'm always trying to grow. I'm always trying to learn. I'm not trying to be the smartest person in the room. I'm not trying to be the best person. I'm just trying to do me and try to be the best I can be.
Love that.
And try to grow. And every album we come out with, I'm gonna get better and better.
Elevate, yeah.
You know, and that's that's really what it's about. You know, if a person isn't capable of taking feedback, then there's no ability to elevate. And I think I'm growing and learning from my clients. I grow and learn from you. You know, and I think from all the producers and all the people I work with, all my clients, it's really good.
Yo, I'll tell you one thing, man. Like, I'll be honest, bro. The reason why I keep continuing to come to you, bro, you put love into this shit. From the fucking first time I ever even recorded with you, bro. Like, that's why, like, I never look back, and I've gone to other studios, and I just, you know, didn't feel that same type of warmth and, you know, embracement from the engineer, or whatever the case may have been. I felt like, obviously, I was just a money, you know, quick $40 an hour, whatever the fucking case may have been.
And that's the thing. I try to invest in the artists and the people I work with. I really try to do. I believe that when you invest in relationships, that's how you develop a long-term business strategy. If you're not doing that, there's two ways to think about running a business, and this is any business, okay? Studios especially.
Barbering, I'm gonna tell you.
And barbering,
I got you.
There's two ways to think about it. You can think about it from the long dollar or short dollar. Short dollar means I'm thinking about how do I maximize the amount of money I can make right now from you. That's the short dollar mindset. And a lot of studios, you go in there and they try to go extra slow, or they try to do this, or they try to lollygag, or they try to go like, oh, I'm not going to mix and master this right now because I could.
Yeah,
I have templates.
I'm going to charge you $500.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to try, and so that's called
like
short dollar thinking. And what that does is it creates a poor experience. The other way to think about it is a long dollar. Create an experience that it's speed, a quality level that's unmatched. Create something that allows someone to have an experience that's like, I can't find it anywhere else. It creates that all of a sudden,
like a personal experience.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I need Monty. And that's what I've created. And every client that comes to me feels that because that's very purposeful. I designed my business to do that.
It's more of a connection, I feel like. You know?
I'm
personal.
trying to figure out how do I, because the real money isn't in one session.
Yeah.
How much money can I make from Esco, from a client, in the course of our life together? Are you kidding me? It's crazy. That's where the real money lies.
Just like barbering, like you're gonna fucking
Yeah.
what? You're gonna give a bad quality haircut. Nobody's gonna come back to you.
Right.
You want to get to know
Yes.
clients. You want to give a good quality haircut, and you want to get to know people on a personal level as well. Because damn near, I'm like a therapist, you know, and and this music thing too, bro. I'm out here, you know, speaking my fucking heart out in my fucking music,
Yeah.
and then Monty's right there, fucking bumping to every song, like fucking damn near fucking about to come up with a little fucking routine to this shit, like, you know, that's you
The
love
Monty
to feel
Shuffle.
that energy,
Yeah.
you know.
I've heard
It's
this.
dope to see. Like I said,
That's what it is. You didn't know that?
as a person that's been on both sides of the coin, where I've been an artist going to studios and I've been a person involved in the studio, it's like it's dope to see you're not doing it just like a cookie cutter style where you're gonna put the same thing you put on Esco's vocals, on Cheese vocals, on my vocals.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like for you, it's more of an experience where you're gonna take care of someone individually and focus on what they need versus. Just,
I have one
like you said,
template I
making that
use.
dollar.
I have one master chain. I have one set of things for vocals. I use the same thing on him that I do on artists that have 2 million monthly listeners. Monthly listeners, not plays. They have tracks with hundreds of millions of plays. Like, we're talking in a whole. I use the same thing, and it works.
But it's dope for you to even say
Yeah.
that because you're treating. Esco
You're-
don't have 2 million monthly listeners, but you treat his song the
Yes.
same as theirs.
As
you know
a
what I mean?
Because you
$2
never
million.
know who you're
Yep.
sitting next to. The reason why I have any measure of success is because I've always handled every relationship I have. I don't know if he's not selling out TD Garden 10 years from now. I don't know.
None of us do.
We don't
hope
know.
so.
We will
Yeah.
be. We
and,
will be.
and that's the thing.
Speak
I
into
treat it
existence.
like that's a possibility. Because honest to God, like a number of the reasons why I have the success I have is because 15 years ago, I met a few people and same thing like us, and they happened to go and do something. You know, and a couple big things like, you know, and that's and I kept that relationship going, and I still work with them to this day. You know, and they introduced me to their
friends
and
so on,
that
so
are
on.
and that's how I've gotten to some of the other levels that I've reached this year, and it's like, and I can only see that growing because I believe in cultivating those relationships. And also when you operate, I operate in such a way that I don't just think about creating an experience for my clients just like that. Like when I work with a record label, I'm extremely responsive, I'm fast. I have the top level executives at major record labels going, we love working with you because you're quick, because you make it easy to work with you. And that's what I always do. So like no matter what, I deliver every time. And I you know, because you have to do business.
That's some free
like
game.
you want business. Like you have to really bring it.
Like you could
Like-
lose it all tomorrow.
Yes. But you can. The reality is it's like, and that's
Yo,
the
can
other
I get a
thing.
refill?
And the other thing I would tell you is, and then the last piece of advice I'll share is that a lot of this game, a lot of mixing and mastering and doing what I do at the top level, okay? At the very highest level that I do it. A lot of it's knowing what your role is. So
100%.
there's a line, and we all know this, especially you running a studio. There's a line between production, tracking, mixing, mastering. These are all different jobs.
Yep.
Most artists, when they're making music, don't realize they're their own executive producer. Most artists you're your
Damn
own
near,
executive
yeah,
producer.
I am.
You're deciding when the track is done.
Yeah.
It's not my job, it's your job. Like you listen to it and
And
go,
fucking-
yep, it's done.
Artists have like fucking 5 songwriters, 20 executive producers.
No.
That's how it is on the big
Just
times, bro.
go.
There's
Yeah,
5-6 people touching a
yeah.
track.
But like if I tried to put it, like if I got a big mix from some of these producers I work with and I went in and tried to do drops and crazy delays and all this stuff, I would lose it. I would be fired. Like I would never get the next job. And a lot of time, a lot of people, a lot of mixers and stuff think that that's mixing. No, that's production. You have to understand. And some clients don't know the difference, so they view production as mixing.
Yeah.
So then I'll hear a mix come back from another mix engineer, and I'll listen to it and go, oh, I like that delay they used. I like that drop. I like what they did there. But sound quality wise, not even close.
Basura.
Like my rough mix smoked it.
Not the best.
And it's just because, but the client is like freaking out. They love it, but they're falling in love with the production. They're not falling in love with
It's not
the
even
mixing. It's not even the
finalized.
same
Yeah.
thing. So
Very
it's
good point.
It's really important to know which roles to play and when. And that's something that's a learning process, because some clients I have really like some of the production pieces that I bring to the table that I can when called upon.
Mm-hmm.
And some clients are like, oh, we need more of it. And it's like they never communicated to me that that's something they wanted, right?
For sure.
So it's kind of like that mutual thing. Like some people think I'm not capable of it. And it's like, oh, no.
You didn't ask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. And because I know my role. Like, I know the roles very clearly. And because at the top level, like, if you're working with artists and producers that are literally the top in the world, like, you have to, like, the roles are extremely clear. The lines are very, like...
Business is business.
Yeah, you have to, so it's just a matter of kind of having that open dialogue.
And I feel like a lot of artists don't see it that way, you know? They think it's just making music or making a beat or whatever the case may be. And it's like, bro, there's literally, it's called the music business for a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely
So much
You gotta
behind
do good
it.
business. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you can't do good business or you can't sell something, and it's just like, I don't know what I could do with you, brother. You
Like,
gotta prove
so-
to these
yeah,
labels
yeah.
that that's what you could do is generate revenue. That's what it's all about in the end of the day.
Yeah, there'll be artists out there that have like trash ass quality music, but they, you know, hey, maybe they're marketing or whatever the fucking case may be. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's,
Well, the thing
like,
is with that, I feel like it's like if you build a following and you're consistent enough, I don't think
it really does not matter.
it does, but I don't think it matters as much if you're doing that. You know what I mean? If you already have
It
people
depends. It
So-
it's
depends.
kind of supply and demand.
So you know what I think? The other thing is, so a lot of artists try to be jack of all trades, master of none. So like, I'm not an artist. No one's ever seen me get in the booth. It's never happened.
I'm sure you have a
No,
track.
you laugh. You
No,
laugh.
he has
It's
a
funny.
track out there that we haven't heard.
Right. MC,
Maybe not out
MC
but
Dale.
no, he has a couple.
You know
He
what I
has
mean?
a
But, like,
couple where he did something.
No, I'm just saying, like, I have the ability, like, I let the artist be the
Unreleased.
artist.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, engineers, because I'm thinking about hiring people as engineers. Like, I was thinking about hiring engineers to come in and run this room. And part of my thought process when I was thinking about that is, I don't want to hire an artist engineer. The reason being is, I need to let the artist be the artist.
Yeah.
Because the way I handle Esco's music is vastly different than a number of the other people I work with. Like,
Exactly.
in session, it's very different. Like, what I do for him it's never the same, because I let the artist be the artist. Like, what they want and how they hear the music is their own vibe. Like, there's some people double or triple things a lot more. Some people do a lot of things differently. Some people track differently.
Yeah, for sure.
And I let the artist do that. There's never one set way to do it.
100%.
Like, and I never like delete like some people will like get a mix from someone and like try to produce it. They'll like delete some vocals because I think they're not necessary. You know, I was watching a Mix with the Masters episode where Jason Joshua was talking about how he got a track that had 8 basses. He had to mix one track, and every mixer before him lost the mix because most of them muted him. They said, "Oh, this is the bass." They went with that bass and they muted the other ones.
Yeah.
And that's production. That's not mixing.
Yeah, 100%.
So knowing your role and knowing when you play it, and it's key. It really is. And I think that like a lot of engineers, like, so if you're trying to be an artist and that's really what you're passionate about, do that. You're trying to record yourself, mix yourself, master yourself.
Diggy does it
and
all,
be the
though.
artist and do this and that. What happens is you end up with something that's just mediocre.
No, you're right.
And it just doesn't go anywhere, and you wonder why. And it's like the people that are winning have a big team of people that surround themselves with all they are is the very best at what they do. So what I focused on was simply being the best at what I do.
That's
That's
good.
it.
No, it's true.
That's it.
For me, it's like you said, artist engineering. Like, I don't like, when it comes to being an artist, I don't like engineering myself. Like, I'd rather go here or somewhere else where I could just be an artist. I don't like being in charge of mixing it. I don't like being in charge. I just want to be the talent and that's it. So like, I agree 100% with
And
what
you
you're
have
saying.
an opinion. You like, obviously, because you have the engineering skills also. And by the way, I think every artist should have a clear understanding of how to record, how to mix,
100%.
a little bit, because
Or at least the terminology, knowing what reverb is.
it can
what
help
delay
you a
is,
lot.
How it
Yeah, like the way I know someone doesn't know what they're doing, they'll use the word echo.
Yo, throw some echo on there. Oh, man, delay?
right. It's either delay or reverb,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
No, echo's both, and this is the problem. And
God.
any engineer knows that, right? But it's just learning that simple like that simple small thing right there can save you, because the moment someone says echo, every engineer's gonna be like,
they're
A
gonna
quarter
laugh.
note delay is different than saying echo for sure.
right.
Yeah.
You know, or so that's the thing.
Yeah,
or an echo could be like a large ambience
Yeah.
or something like it. You
100%,
just don't know.
100%.
So
The terminology is definitely big.
yeah.
100%.
So Esco, what are you doing for this album rollout? Are you got any music videos? You gonna?
Yeah. I got one video that's definitely. I don't want to say too much. I don't know when we're releasing this, but honestly, I don't even care. Yo, we're gonna drop a fucking video on the same day that we fucking drop the tape. All right. All right. So if you
Either way,
yeah,
Valentine's
you guys
Day,
got
right?
the scoop. Yes.
Valentine's Day.
We're gonna drop a video on Valentine's Day.
Be there,
when the
be
fucking
square.
album
Yeah.
drops.
Thorns, baby, Thorns.
We're gonna-
Valentine's Day.
I'm gonna drop like maybe 3 more videos from the album, and then once like spring is over, I'm getting to singles for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
But he's
Finally
gonna
gonna
keep
drop.
on his promo game.
Yeah, I'm definitely
sure.
gonna. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what the fans say. Cause I'll be honest, like whatever they say after the first week of the album being out, they're gonna decide what video is gonna be shot next.
For sure. Make sure you guys pop up to Shop Talk
Alright.
too. We're gonna be
Yes,
playing
yo, Shop Talk open mic, me and the January 25th.
We're gonna be playing the album there, so you guys can get a sneak preview.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Dope, man.
Yeah,
This
we
is
got
good.
Yes, we got DJ Diggs on the turntable.
Yeah, as usual.
The People's Barber, 105
Yeah.
School Street, Watertown,
Watertown,
Mass.
Mass. Watertown, Mass.
Yes.
But what's
Good
up?
stuff, man.
Yes.
We running low on time, so
All right, boys. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, for
coming
sure.
through, and you know,
it's
you
good to
just
be here,
being
man. It's good to be here.
Monty,
It's good to
thank you
witness.
for having us. And
Yeah, man. This is
let-
dope.
Graybeard
Use your
Studios. Make
space.
sure y'all check them out.
Yes, Graybeard Studios, Studio Loop, Before the Hype.
Yeah, all of it.
And,
People's Barber. If you need a haircut, shout out to Cheese over there on his phone texting.
Yes. Shout out to Cheese and behind the scenes. Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, so Shop Talk, January 25th. Make sure y'all tap in, man. We're going to be playing the album Thorns, February 14th, Valentine's Day for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Before the Hype, we out. Thank you, Monty,
Yes,
for having
thank
us
you.
in
Yes,
this beautiful
sir.
space. And make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We got more good shit on the way.
Yes, sir. Mi gente,
sir.
Thorns. Valentine's
Thank you,
Day.
guys.
Appreciate y'all, man. We out of here.